When you were a kid, summer felt like it lasted forever. 3 months stretched out like a whole lifetime. But now, a whole year can disappear in a blink. You blink in January, and suddenly it is December again. Wasn't it just summer? Every year seems to go by faster than the one before. So why does time speed up as you get older, and is there any way to slow it back down? There is, and it starts with how your brain records your life. Let us start with the simplest reason. Math. When you were 5 years old, 1 year was a huge part of your life. It was 1/5 of everything you had ever lived, 20%. That is why a single summer felt endless. It really was a giant chunk of your whole existence. But now imagine you are 50. 1 year is just 1/50th of your life, only 2%, the same year but a tiny sliver compared to all the years behind you. So each year feels smaller and faster than the last. A birthday at 7 felt like forever to arrive. A birthday at 40 arrives before you have taken the last decorations down. This is part of the answer, but there is something much deeper, and it is hiding inside your memory. Here is the strange truth about time. How fast a year felt is not really about living it. It is about remembering it. And your brain does not record every moment equally. When something is new, your brain pays full attention. It records the moment in rich, vivid detail, like HD. But when something is familiar, your brain already knows it, so it barely records it at all, just a faint trace. Think about your drive to work or to school. The very first time, you noticed everything. Now, you arrive and barely remember the trip at all. Your brain stopped pressing record. Now think back to being a child. Everything was new. Your first day of school, your first bike, your first taste of the ocean, your first everything. Your brain recorded all of it in glorious detail. So when you look back, childhood feels enormous, packed, slow. But an adult year of routine, the same job, the same drive, the same week on repeat, leaves your brain almost nothing new to record. And a year with no new memories feels like it simply vanished. That is where the time went, into a brain that stopped pressing record. But why does your brain do this? Why does it ignore the familiar and only record the new? Because, like always, it was built for survival. To your ancestors, the new thing was the important thing. A new sound could be a predator. A new face could be a friend or an enemy. A new path could lead to food or to danger. The familiar was safe. It could be ignored. So your brain learned to save its energy, record the new, autopilot the rest. It was a brilliant survival tool. But in a modern life full of comfortable routine, that same tool quietly erases your years. So here is the truth that changes everything. When you say a year flew by, you do not actually mean the days went fast. You mean you cannot find the year in your memory. The clock never sped up. Your recorder slowed down. In fact, novelty can stretch time the other way too. It is why the seconds before a car nearly crashes feel like slow motion. Your brain floods with so much new detail that a single second gets recorded like a small lifetime. New experiences do not just fill your memory. They stretch your sense of time itself. If this is making you rethink your whole life right now, tap the like button. It helps more curious people find this. And that is the good news. If time speeds up because of routine, then you hold the power to slow it back down. Not by adding more hours to your life, but by giving your brain something new to record. A new place, a new skill, a new route home, a conversation with someone you have never met. Every first is a memory stored in vivid detail. This is why a single week of travel can feel longer in your memory than the 3 months before it. You can actually stretch your life, not by living longer, but by remembering more. The fullest life is not the longest one, it is the one with the most firsts. So the next time you feel a year slipping away, do not just blame the clock. It is your ancient brain doing exactly what it was built to do, ignoring the familiar to save its energy. But you can wake it back up. Do one new thing today. Take a different street. Say yes to something unfamiliar. Make your brain press record again. Because time does not really speed up. We just stop noticing it. And the moment you start noticing again, life gets long. If your ancient brain liked that, subscribe. There is a lot more coming. Because next time, we are asking a strange one. Why can't you remember being a baby?